Y'all check this out. This your boy Young Tim. Tim from Little Rock coming to you. Hey, let me give y'all this quick story time though. Real talk. Quick story time about when I was in the Army, and how they had me under federal investigation. All right? This real. And I know y'all probably think I'm playing and shit, but those of y'all who know, y'all know I ain't playing. All right, check this out. Hold up, let me. Is that clear? That's clear? All right, check it out. So, I'm going to give y'all a quick story time about when I was under federal investigation. I was a single soldier. Y'all know me and Shalana got married at 19. Joined the Army at 18. We got married at 19. But before we got married, I was already in the Army. Of course, we was engaged and we got married. You know what I'm saying? So, my first, quite a few months in the Army anyway, I was living in the barracks, which is where the single soldiers stay. If you married and you got kids, you can't stay in the barracks. You gotta get you an apartment or a house. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. So I'm up there in the barracks, and how it is in the barracks is like, say we like at my house. All right, everything downstairs is office buildings and things like that. But upstairs, there's 2 levels upstairs where we were anyway. There's 2 levels, first floor, second floor. Second floor, third floor is the dwellings, you know what I'm saying? And they pretty much like dorm rooms. You got a unit, you got a bathroom, and then you got the unit on the other side. So 2 units share a bathroom. All right, so y'all got that little backstory. So when I was in the Army, you know what I'm saying, as a single soldier, bro, I was hanging out with the world-class rejects, all right? Because, let's just say, after work, on the weekends, we just playing PlayStation, Madden, all this, drinking 40s, and smoking weed, right? Because I'm with the rejects. That's what the rejects do in the Army. And so I'm hanging out with people, and keep in mind, the barracks that I stay in, my unit is on that first floor. Also on that first floor is another unit, totally different brigade and all that, totally different battalion and everything. You know what I'm saying? But there are people that live in the barracks, you know what I'm saying, that may work in this building or that building, you know what I'm saying, but they live here, right? So anyway, I'm with my boys, you know what I'm saying, chilling with the world-class rejects. It's me, Perkins, Jackson. Man, there's a lot of people. It's a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? But also in that mix is this dude named Brown, all right? I see Brown all the time, you know what I'm saying? Brown, one of them dudes with the more hazel eyes. He kind of dingy, you know what I'm saying, because he ain't, wasn't ironing uniforms and shining boots like that, and Brown was one of them that definitely was wrinkled and all that, you know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to know, Brown, you know what I'm saying, does not live in our barracks. I don't know that because I see this nigga all the damn time. I see him every evening, every weekend, blah, 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 blah. So fast forward to one random Saturday morning, Brown knock on the door. I'm like, what up, doc? He like, man, I'm broke. I'm like, all right, bet. He's like, I need a ride to the pawn shop, man. I'm gonna go ahead and pawn a couple of things. When we get paid, I'll be able to go out and get it. I'm like, bet. All right, yeah, give me. I'm up. I ain't doing nothing. He's like, all right, bet. So he kind of hang out with me while I put my little shoes on and all that shit because I'm thinking he ready. So we walk out the door and he's like, man, I'm just finna, go down here, get my shit, and then blah, blah, blah. So I'm smoking cigarettes at this time. So I'm in there. He go in the room. We walk down there. He go in the room. I'm standing outside, smoking my little cigarette. He come out with his little shit, take him to the pawn shop. He get his little bread, come on back, drop him off. We ain't hang out for that day, you know what I'm saying? I just gave him a ride. Fast forward about a week later, I'm asleep, or it's nighttime. I say about 9, somewhere around 9, 10. CQ, my homegirl Christina Pollock, shout out to her. She's on CQ duty, and let me explain CQ duty. And I'm gonna have to kind of go back to basic training and AIT to kind of explain CQ. So in basic training, AIT is called fire guard. The idea of fire guard is somebody, is at least 1 or 2 people, I think it was 2 people, would have to be awake. So y'all would have these rotations, and they'd be in alphabetical order. So me and my battle buddy, we had to get up, let's say it's 1 a.m., and we got to be on duty from 1 a.m. to 2 p.m., then we wake the next person up, then we can go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So in the regular Army, not basic training AIT, they got CQ. Shout out, drop it, man, if you know what CQ stand for. I don't even know what it stand for, but essentially, so like I said, basic training AIT, you have to have somebody awake, because if a fire break out, y'all got all these people asleep. who may or may not hear fire, smell smoke, none of that, you know what I'm saying, in time. So you'll burn up. So somebody got to be awake for the safety of the people. So in the regular army, that's the same idea. The CQ person is there, you know, if somebody needs something, if somebody gets assaulted or something like that, they can come downstairs, say what's going on, get the MPs, all that type stuff. So, wow. All right. Pollock is on duty. She come to my bed, my room about 9 o'clock, knock on the door, and she like, Stu, I got to take you down to CID. And I'm like, the hell? CID is like the criminal investigation and investigative department within the Army. So they a wing of the military police, the MPs, but they different. You know, they like the FBI of the military, right? So anyway, she take me down there, which I'm like, what the hell? She's like, I don't know. I got to take you down there. That's my job. I got to go. So get down there, man. These folk got me in the room. It's cold. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there like, bro, you know, the typical arm in the sleeve type shit. Like, bro, what the hell going on? Finally, they come to me. Finally, they come and they telling me what's going on. And they like, so we got Brown. I'm like, Brown? Your friend Brown? I'm like, okay. And we got witnesses that say you and Brown was stealing out of the barracks in your building. And we got witnesses that say you was standing outside posting guard while Brown was in there taking people's shit. And I'm like, whoa. Hold on, fam. I don't know nothing about no robbery, burglary, armed, unarmed. I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, you went down there, da-da-da. We got witnesses say you was standing out there, da-da-da. I'm like, look, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. Obviously, the boy needed a ride. Gave him a ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't put on nothing. You know what I'm saying? They kept me in there, man, about another hour. They asking questions like, you know, because they can look in your files and look and see certain shit. And they like, oh, your father, you know what I'm saying? Because he's in the Air Force at the time, high ranking. And they like, what would your father think? I'm like, man, he probably think I got myself in trouble. Like, bro, what y'all talking about? That's my daddy. He got his life. I'm me. I got mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was trying to, I don't know, bro. But fast forward, I'm in there about another hour and a half, 2 hours. Then my first sergeant got to come pick me up. I got to hear him talk shit because he had to get up like 11 o'clock at night. Come on, baby. Pick me up. Take me back. Drop me off. I got to listen to all this shit. And, man, let me tell you something. Brown ended up getting charged with all that. Article 15. Lost some rank. Lost some money. And all that. Because the nigga was stealing, fam. And I didn't know. I did not know. So let me tell you how all of that kicked off an investigation. I got another friend, Brian Walker. He was part of the rejects. He passed away now, y'all. So R.I.P. Walker. But while Walker was getting kicked out because he ended up getting caught coming on base with some weed, this nigga was finna get out the Army the very next day. He pulls up. Matter of fact, I'm finna pick this dude up at 6 p.m. He finna hang out with me so I can take him to the airport in the morning. Well, when I go there, I can't find him. He ain't there. What ended up happening was some dude ended up wanting him to take him to get some weed, but he was working with the CID. He was the snitches. He was the folk, you know what I'm saying? So he caved in, took the man to get some weed. They coming back on base. Get busted, right? So anyway, here go his court date. He been waiting for about a month. Now he having the court date, finna get kicked out, all that. In his court date, they got one of them CID dudes up there on the stands. And like I said, the white boy had turned to me and, you know, was working with him. So they got the lawyer asking the CID dude, you know, any other people, do he know of any other people that was involved in the situations and all of this type of stuff? As far as Walker's marijuana use and sales and purchases and distribution, which he wasn't no dealer, nothing like that. But anyhow, this man on the CID stand, he says, the white boy who got Walker caught up says Walker, he says this, then the third, then he says Tim Stewart. And I'm like, what? I look down to the right, boy, it's like 5 heads turning down to the left. It's like my NCO, my homegirl, my first sergeant looking down there, my company commander looking down there. I'm like, man. So Walker's lawyer, he says objection, all that type of stuff, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the objection was, but the CID dude ran everybody's name right back down except mine. The damage is done though, fam. You got my whole chain of command is looking at me like, oh, you involved? You was part of it? You wanted to know names and blah, blah, blah. Court date is over with. They done sentenced my boy to like a year in this federal penitentiary, all this other stuff. And so I'm getting a minute to chop it up with him before they take him on back. So I'm hollering at him. His lawyer come over. He like, hey, man, Stu, let me tell you something. You might want to chill out. Whatever you got going, you might want to be careful. Because if they, the CID, FBI, so to speak, if they are willing to say your name on the public forum, on the stand, blah, 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 that mean they really paying attention to you. And I'm like, paying attention to me? I ain't doing nothing, bro. I'm just going to work, drinking 40s, smoking weed. You know, that's all I was doing. Truth be told, I took Little Rock down there to Killeen, Texas. So I was really trying to do my little thing under the radar. But that shit with Brown took me from under the radar to on top of the radar. So I'm saying all that to say this, man. I end up being followed by a dude. Back in them days, man, we in Fort Hood. We had people from all over, Maryland, Georgia, Oregon, all of these different places. So back then, people would represent where they was from. I had a Toyota Camry at one point down there. So I had like the Razorback magnets on my door, Razorback flag hanging in the window, especially on the weekend when my car was clean. I had some shit in the back window, you know what I'm saying? Had Razorback hats, bro. I was representing. But some people put letters on the back. One of my homegirls from Georgia, she had Georgia Peach. One of my homeboys from Mississippi, he got Mississippi and some GD stuff on there, you know, just kicking it. So everybody would represent by putting something on their back glass on their car. So I was being followed by this white dude with some letters on the back of his car. And I kind of pulled up to a light. We looked at each other, mugging, like, bro, what you looking at? Going about their business. A short while later, some days had gone by, maybe a couple of weeks had gone by. I'm off base. I see this same car with the letters on the back, pull somebody over, and they busting somebody. They got street clothes on. So that happened before Walker's court date. And so I saw this guy following me, the letters on the back. A couple of weeks later, I ended up seeing that same dude bust somebody else. And then we go to court, and I find out that, or my boy lawyer tell me, hey, man, you need to chill out and watch what you're doing because they watching you. And I had to flash back to, yeah, they was watching me. So this whole story is to say, because a lot of my age group, we got kids right now that's growing up, going to college, going to the military, going to trade school, or just getting out there in the workforce. So I'm telling you like this to tell you, if you one of them that's going to the military and you got some kind of street background, some hood background, you trying to, don't take the hood with you. But what I'm going to say is, if you get your ass in there in the military and you breaking one rule, just one, you need to know them all. Because in that military, by you bringing that one rule or that one law or whatever, if you broke that one rule, a lot of times they got your ass by the short and curlies for another couple of infractions. You know what I'm saying? You can break one rule, end up breaking 5 laws. You know what I'm saying? And then they really got you. So if you got some young folk, your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter, and they finna join the military, and you know they coming from a pretty, you know what I'm saying, just a street kind of background, make sure, man, you send their ass out there, because I ended up getting put out the Army. But I didn't get put out the Army because of none of that shit that they had going on. None of that type stuff. I ended up getting put out on my own accord, my own merit, you know what I'm saying? I'm good like that, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't caught up in no sweep or none of that. But I was this close. Had that man never made the mistake of saying my name on the stand, they would have caught me with some other shit, doing some whole nother shit. And so I'm thankful that it went down the way it went down. All right. So to my young people, and if you have some young people, make sure you get their mind right before they go. And if you got any questions, man, holler at me, because I'm one of them dudes. I can help you out. I mean, hell, I don't really talk to everybody like that for real, but I will help you out, young man, young lady. Love y'all.